In this video, I'll show you a 3-level system to decode any job description, pass the ATA spots, and increase the chance of your cold application by 2 to 3 times. Most people think evaluating a job description is just checking boxes. Do I have the degree, the years of experience, the right keywords? And the worst part, some candidates quit too early just because they're missing a few points. Others apply blindly, hoping for the best. And that's surface level. If you are not approaching job description like a scout, decoding what they really mean and understanding the context behind the position, you're not just missing info, you're missing interviews. I've used this system with dozens of clients and in my own job search over the last 10 years in the professional world. In this video, I'll walk you through my 3-level framework and we'll simulate applying to a real job together. And I even show how I customize my resume and cover letter using this exact system. Let's dive in. Level 1 is what I call scan for substance. First, scan for the role qualification like a scout. I'll show you in a second how I do this for a real job description. But let's pause before we jump in. Qualification could include hard skills like degrees, certification, tools required, or soft skills like leadership skills, communication skills, and even experience requirement like plus 10 years in industry X and Y. But my rule is simple here. If you match at least 80% of overall qualification and especially 80% of the must-have, you're still in the game, as long as you follow through with the next 2 levels. Let's look at a real job post at Scania that grabbed my attention. I'll copy the full description into a Word doc and highlight every qualification. Yellow, I can confidently cover those qualifications. Red, I might fall short. By looking at the highlighted job description, I ask, do I cover at least 80% of overall qualification? Do I meet 80% of must-have? If yes, green light, I move forward. If not, simply stop. I don't waste a single second on pursuing this application. In this Scania example, for this role, I'm missing some seniority and extensive transport industry experience, but I'll still cover a strong 80% of the overall and the must-have qualification. That's enough to move forward to the next level. But before moving to level 2, I also highlight keywords. Industry terms, outcomes, KPIs. These terms essentially are your ATS survival kit. Some of those need to appear in your application to stand out and pass the scanners. Most people stop here. Only a few keywords tweaks, a generic cover letter, and hit submit. Then only cross fingers. But when others can do that too, and some even have internal advocates, you need more. And that's why level 2 is such a game changer here. A quick note, warm applications, those with referrals, have roughly 5 to 6 times higher success rate. In this example, I'm assuming I do not have any internal advocate at Scania and we're preparing for a cold application. That's not something I promote. I'm a true believer of warm applications and I have a system for it. If you want access to my system on how to secure internal advocates for free, comment masterclass below and I send you the sign up link when it launches. Level 2 is to map the motive. Now we need to zoom out like a scout. Ask, why does this role exist now? What pain is the hiring manager trying to solve by hiring this candidate? How does this role fit into the bigger picture of this organization? In this Scania example, they're not hiring a head of charging. They're pushing into e-mobility, aligning multiple subsidiaries, and unlocking new revenue streams. This isn't business as usual, it's a strategic transformation. Essentially, the context needs to shape how you write your resume and cover letter. In this example, I dug deeper, The role reports directly to an executive vice president with 20 plus years at Scania. That tells me they likely value internal tenure and deep industry experience. I don't have that directly, but I need to acknowledge it and bridge it. If I ignore this gap, my application falls flat. Acting like a scout often reveals unspoken expectation. And those are what level 3 in my framework is designed to address. Level 3 is about to go beyond the keywords. This is where most applicants disappear into the crowd. You've done your scanning, you have decoded the motive, now position yourself as the solution. How exactly? First thing is to bolden your quantified achievements using relevant language for level 1 and weave in selected keywords naturally into your resume. Then address gaps uncovered in level 2 directly in your cover letter, and if possible, your resume too. How I tailored my cover letter, as I said, I lack direct and extensive transport industry experience considering this role, but here is what I did have. Then what I did, I packaged these into a clear and compelling narrative. And yes, I used ChatGPT to help generate a tailored initial draft. I fed to ChatGPT the description of this job example, my resume, my capabilities, and accomplishment that matched the job description. Then I edited output from ChatGPT to match my voice. When you follow this 3-level system, scan for substance, map the motive, and go beyond the keywords, you're not just applying, you're positioning yourself. And positioning is what gets interviews. Want to learn how to go from cold application to warm introduction, double or even triple your chances to get interviews? When you know no one inside? I'll share this with you for free. Comment masterclass below and I send you the sign up link when it launches. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and I see you next time.